Hey guys, Sincere here with whoissincere.com. I want to bring to you a very interesting story right now. Apple has teamed up with Beltone, and they're creating now a new an earpiece that I think everyone should pay attention to. Anything that's hooking up to these smartphones with geo tracking and the ability to monitor your vital functions of your body. These are things that we need to pay attention to. So take a look at this next video, drop a comment below, let me know what you think, and stay alert, stay alive.
But Beltone has developed some new technology this year that I think is very exciting. I'm wearing one of them right now. This is called the Legend. What's interesting about this is that for the first time we've been able to take sound and give the brain a three-dimensional view of it, much like you would do if you heard naturally. Hearing aids are wonderful, but you tend to lose something in the mechanics of just amplifying sound and changing it. With this hearing aid, it actually mimics the way natural hearing works. So the hearing aids talk between ears. They understand the environments that you're in, and then they adapt to those environments. They change their focus, much like your brain naturally does. If I'm talking to you, my brain will naturally focus on your voice and it'll kind of disregard the background noise.
Right.
These hearing aids do the very same thing. They'll focus on the person that they think I want to hear, and they'll downplay some of the background noise.
Okay, so I want to go back to a couple of things that you mentioned about this hearing aid. First of all, you've been here, for an hour now, and I had not even noticed that you had that in your ear.
Yeah, they're
very tiny.
They're very discreet, and I don't care how old you get to be. You don't want people seeing a hearing aid.
Right.
You just don't. And so it's great now. They're very discreet. They're very small and incredibly powerful. This hearing aid has a very sophisticated computer chip in it, and so it does amazing things.
In television, we wear something called an IFB that I don't have one on right now, but you can put it in your ear, then you can hear people talking to you in the back. But it feels kind of uncomfortable in a way and unnatural when you have that in your ear. These don't do that, do they?
No, and in fact, there's a sports network in New England that is now using these as IFBs.
Really?
Because they react wirelessly, and so the producers can talk to the on-air talent, and that's all that's in your ear.
Okay, something else I wanted to ask you about. You mentioned that you can have it in your ear and it creates the natural way of hearing where one ear kind of communicates to the other. So if you have hearing loss in just one ear, your good hearing ear can just communicate to the hearing aid?
Yeah, exactly right. So we would still put a device in both ears, but this ear would communicate. The problem with one ear is you're only getting part of the sound. It's very hard to understand where sound is coming from.
Right.
And you'll see people with that kind of hearing loss kind of look around trying to figure out where it's coming from. But these hearing aids actually will mimic that opportunity and that delay, so that you get a more three-dimensional view of sound, just as if you had normal, natural hearing.
I know that they've developed the technology too now where you can sort of pre-program it, right? Where if you're often going maybe to your favorite restaurant every Friday night, you can kind of set the hearing device.
Yeah, you can set the hearing device. The other thing is these hearing aids have geolocation in them, so they'll remember where you were. So once you program the device for that environment, the next time you go into that restaurant, it remembers that location. It automatically switches programs to that location, so you can really personalize the environment.
Okay, so for that reason, since the technology has just bumped up so much, when people come to your offices and they begin this process, is it a good idea to bring one or more people with you to kind of help you remember all the information you're going to hear?
It's always a good idea. As with any medical decision, it's good if you have your significant other or your children with you when you make this decision, because you want it to be right for the family. And often, the thing about hearing loss is it affects the person who has it, but it affects the family a lot as well. And so they can provide a lot of information to us about your difficulties in hearing, and we can program that into the system.
Do they come with warranties or anything?
Yeah, this particular hearing aid has a 3-year complete warranty, so the warranties are very good. The other thing is it's completely smartphone compatible, primarily with the iPhones, but other smartphones. So you can use your smartphone as a remote, and it talks directly to the phone like a Bluetooth device would. It talks directly to your television. You know, you can set it so that it'll talk to the television.
It's really fascinating.
It's great technology.
It is, and Beltone came up with this particular one.
Beltone did. They're the only ones that have partnered directly with Apple to provide that kind of ability between devices. So it's a great leap in technology.
So here's where you can go to get yours. 3 locations: Brainerd Road, Highway 153, and Battlefield Parkway down in Fort O.
Yeah.
If you go to beltonesouth.com, that's the website for all 3. You can find phone numbers there, give them a call, and you'll be hearing great in no time.
We'd love to